Testing, testing. Test, 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 test. Test, test.
Testing, are we good to go? All right. Thank you, folks, for your patience. Those online, just to recap, we had some technical difficulties. We did not have any audio. So just to kind of recap, we did call the meeting to order, did the pledge of allegiance, roll call, conflict of interest declaration. Now, the last thing that we were working on was the election of chair and vice chair for 2024, where the city attorney was presiding. So we'll go ahead and continue on.
Thank you, Chair. Calling the meeting back to order on the item that we left off on, where we left off. Staff had made a recommendation that this item be continued to the next Plan Commission meeting because we do not have the full commission here to vote on this item. However, it is the commission's prerogative to decide whether or not to go forward on this item tonight, to vote to elect any members that they want, or to continue this item to a later date. And so I will turn it over to the commission. If anyone has an item for, has discussion, nomination, or a motion.
Yes, city attorney, I'd like to make a nomination.
Chair Chuan.
Yeah, so for chair, just for continuity and also for, continued, continued experience for the planning commission, I'd like to nominate myself.
Any other discussion from members of the commission? Any motions, anything that anyone would like to say? Commissioner Washington.
Yeah, I think I agree with the Chair Chuan. The business should move on as usual, although we are short-staffed and we have an important meeting. So I'm all in favor of going forward with this.
Anyone else?
I'm in favor actually to postpone the election to another day, like you suggested, but if everybody else wants to do it now, that's fine.
Then what I'd encourage the commission to do is if anyone wants to bring a motion to continue this item, then we can find out if there is a desire among the commission to continue it. And if there is not that desire, then we can move forward. Does anyone have a motion to continue?
I'll make a motion to continue the nomination process.
I have a motion by Chair Chuan. I heard a second, but I didn't hear who it's from. Thank you. Motion and a second. Can I get a roll call vote?
Commissioner Gupta,
Aye.
Commissioner Wasti,
Aye.
Commissioner Galang,
Aye.
Chair Chuan.
Aye.
Then by motion, this item is continued to the next meeting of the Plan Commission, and staff will bring this item back at that time.
But the motion was to continue?
The motion was
To continue the election?
correct. The motion was to continue the elections to the next.
No, the continued election.
So then we have an issue here because I did not then, well, I guess the motion was stated clearly. Did all of the commissioners understand the motion that was being made, which was to continue discussing tonight? Okay, what I'm going to do as the presiding member is I'm not sure if that motion was clearly stated, and I think that it was my fault for not having it. So Chair Chuan, as I understand your motion is to have the vote and discussion on, is to have the discussion tonight on the selection of chair and vice chair. Is that correct?
Correct.
Do I have a second?
I don't understand. Continue, I mean,
Continue to have the
tonight?
election.
election tonight,
Yes.
not reschedule or cancel?
Correct.
Okay.
Commissioner Gulong, was your second for?
I'm not seeing a second. Does anyone have another motion?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to cancel the election of chair and vice chair and then continue next meeting.
Okay, so if I understand the motion is to continue the election of chair and vice chair to the next meeting of the plan commission. Is that correct?
Yes,
So I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I second.
I have a second. Can I please have a roll call vote?
Commissioner Gupta,
Aye.
Commissioner Awasthi,
Aye.
Commissioner Gulong,
aye.
Chair Chuan.
No.
Thank you. The motion carries. The item will be continued to the next hearing of the plan commission, and staff will bring it back at that time. As it has been continued, I now pass the gavel back to Chair Chuan.
Thank you, City Attorney. Okay. Next item, approval of agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the meeting agenda for January 10th, 2024?
Move to approve the meeting agenda for January 10, 2024.
Okay, got a motion from Commissioner Gulong. Do I have a second?
I second.
And got a second from Commissioner Wasti. Roll call vote. Ms. Medina.
Commissioner Gupta,
Aye.
Commissioner Awasthi,
Aye.
Commissioner Gulong,
Aye.
Chair Chuan.
Aye.
Yeah.
Next item, approval of the meeting minutes for November 8th. Do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes for November 8th?
I have a correction in the number of people who are listed who were present. I was one of the people who present. I think it's just a mistake that you left me out. Can you add that name?
Noted. Thank you, Commissioner Gupta. You were present that evening. However, I didn't put in the minute. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Gupta. So can I get a motion of the meeting minutes for November 8th
Go ahead.
with stated changes from Commissioner Gupta?
I make a motion to approve the minutes for November 8 with the changes, adding Mr. Gupta's name. Thank you.
Okay, got a motion from Commissioner Awasthi. Do I have a second?
Second,
And got a second from Commissioner Gulong. A roll call vote. Ms. Medina.
Commissioner Gupta,
Aye.
Commissioner Awasthi,
Aye.
Commissioner Gulong,
aye.
Chair Chuan.
Aye.
Thank you.
Next item, announcements. Does any of the planning commissioners have any announcements? If there's no announcements, I did have one announcement to make. Vice Chair Ciardella, who's not here tonight, so there was a recent vote by the City Council, so Vice Chair Ciardella will be replaced by another commissioner. I'll let Planning Director discuss that. But Vice Chair Ciardella wanted to say that it was a pleasure working with all the commissioners and staff. It was really nice of us to ride on his train for a while. And that was his comment. So I don't have any further announcements. Planning Director.
Thank you, Chair Chuan. I would just comment that the new planning commissioner hasn't been sworn yet, but once he is sworn in, then we could take seat at the following meeting. But there is a process to go through, including onboarding and training and such. All I'll say on that.
Thank you, Planning Director. Next item, public forum. Members of the public are invited to speak on any item that does not appear on today's agenda. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Apologize. I'm going to go back to, we're not done with announcements, so Planning Director.
Thank you, Chair Chuan. I just have one announcement. Just want to reiterate that the League of California Cities is hosting a Planning Commissioners Academy from March 6th to the 8th in Long Beach. The academy is designed for planning commissioners as yourselves throughout the state and will cover a wide range of topics relevant to the planning commissioner's role. If you haven't already, please let me know your interest and we can help you register for the event. The early registration is open until February 28th. So yeah, have a little time, but just let us know and we can help you out. Thank you.
Thank you, Planning Director. Next item, public forum.
Can I?
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, my light was on. I think.
I'm sorry, Commissioner
Oh,
Rossi, please.
It was on the announcement after you announced. I just wanted to add on to what you said about Larry. We had a great time. He was a good person. And we had a great time working with him. He will always be missed. I can only say he's a jolly good fellow. Thank you.
Thank you,
I
Commissioner.
wish I could sing here, but I don't.
Yeah,
He's a
thank you.
nice man. He'll always be. He'll miss his expertise. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you, Commissioner Rossi. Any other announcements by any planning commissioners? Next item, public forum. Members of the public are invited to speak on any item that does not appear on today's agenda. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes or less at the chair's discretion. When called to speak, you are encouraged to state your name for the record. As an item not listed on the agenda, no action can be taken. However, the Planning Commission may instruct the staff to place the item on a future meeting agenda. Ms. Medina, is there any members of the public wishing to make a public comment?
There's no speaker cards or community members that have public comment here today. However, we did have a community member drop off an email, a letter of public comment on the project that has been distributed to both the project manager, the applicant, and the commissioners.
All right, thank you, Ms. Medina. Next item, public hearing, item 10-1, Planning Director.
The first and only public hearing item is regarding a landscape renovation with a new pavilion and bathroom and a new swimming pool at 1350 Country Club Drive. We have our senior planner, Lillian Van Hoa, here to deliver the presentation and answer your questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Lee, and good evening, Chair.
Ms. Van Hoa, we don't hear you.
Oh. Can you hear me now?
Still don't hear you.
Can you hear me at all?
No audio. Maybe instead of your headset, are you way to you just use your computer mic?
Hello. Okay. Hello. Can you hear me now? Is there any audio?
Still cannot hear her from our mic. However, my understanding is we can hear her from,
Can you hear me at all?
you said,
Testing. Can you hear me? Hello?
so just for the public, we're having audio difficulties with our planner.
Hello? 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 Testing.
Maybe we're taking
Test,
another
test, test.
recess. No, no recess. Right. Please stay tuned.
Test. Testing. Testing. Okay.
This meeting is being recorded.
Hello? Can anyone hear me now? Hello? Testing. Can you hear me at all? Testing. Can you hear me? Testing. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hello. Hello, hello, hello.
looks like we're kind of coming up again. So hopefully if they come up and we're able to hear the planner and architect, then we can probably proceed. As a regular meeting, but if not, then we just want to present those options to you.
Test, 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 test. She could hear us.
Testing, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Testing. Test, test, test.
Okay. Okay, calling the meeting back to order. So we have a couple have a bit of a situation here. So just wanted to make sure, planning director, do we have you have what you need in order to conduct this meeting?
So virtual participants are unable to, or we cannot hear them through the audio. So, but from planning staff, I am comfortable with delivering the presentation. if the applicant wishes to move forward.
So we also have another time constraint. We have, so planning director, go ahead, please proceed as quickly as you can.
The applicant is requesting a site development permit to develop a 1,200 square foot single-story pavilion with a 125 square foot bathroom and a 76 square foot bathroom addition to the existing guest house, a new in-ground pool, landscape renovations, and realignment of the existing crushed gravel driveway to accommodate an overflow parking area at an existing single-family residence with an attached 6-car garage. The site is located in the single-family hillside zoning district. The application will require a recommendation from the Planning Commission and approval from City Council. Next slide, please. Next slide. The site is located or is a developed 6.13 acre parcel off of Country Club Drive in the northeast portion of the city, in the hillside area. The site is located on the west side of the crest line. Next slide, please. This is the zoning map of the property, and the site itself and the adjacent properties are all zoned R1-H, single family residential hillside. The general plan designation is hillside low density. Next slide, please. Here's the site plan illustrating the proposed scope of work along with the existing single family home, attached garage, and existing driveway. Next slide, please. Here's an enlarged site plan zoomed in to show the details of the scope of this project. So the single family residence is on the lower left-hand side of the screen, and the proposed new patio adjacent to the guest house with the bathroom addition is just north of the residence on the left side of the screen. And the proposed pavilion is to the right of that, with the pool to the south and the basketball court to the far right. Next slide. The proposed pavilion includes a standalone 125 square foot bathroom with a barbecue grill, sink, refrigerator, and fireplace, and the maximum height is 17 feet. Next slide. Here's an elevation of the pavilion. The existing home, has various materials and finishes, a palette of earth tone colors, and a hip roof system with dark gray concrete as tiles, and the detached guest house was designed with the same materials to complement the main home. And the design of the pavilion and the bathroom addition has a hip roof as well with dark gray tiles, stucco finish, and evening white to match the existing single family residence. Next slide. And here's the proposed 76 square foot bathroom addition to the existing guest house, also known as a pool house or a casita. Next slide, please. As you can see here, the project conforms to the development standards of the hillside zoning district, and the table shows how it complies with each development standard. More details are in the attached staff report. Next slide. As for the site and architectural guidelines, you can see them on the slide here. The project is required to comply with the Hillside Combining District, and the Planning Commission and City Council shall consider the following guidelines in its review. Staff has determined that the project is consistent with the guidelines as demonstrated in the staff report, the table 4 of the staff report. Essentially, the scope of work and the new structures will not substantially interfere with views and privacy to the adjacent lots. It also exceeds all the required setbacks, meets the maximum 7-foot 1-story height limit, and minimizes interference with views and privacies. As proposed, the design has been carefully cited, or the design of the pavilion and the pool have been carefully cited to be built on the flattest portions of the lot, allowing for a limited amount of grading. And lastly, the project only proposes pool lighting beneath the surface of the water. Other outdoor lighting will be located on steps for safety purposes and will use minimum wattage to safely illuminate the area without disturbing the atmosphere of the surrounding areas. And as for the findings, staff has confirmed that the project meets the findings associated with a site development permit, as shown on the slide. The home's design and site planning are aesthetically compatible with the neighboring homes, emphasizing minimal changes to the natural topography. The new structures incorporate similar architecture to the existing home, and so as to not draw attention when viewed from the valley floor. The project also meets all development standards. And the proposed project is consistent with the Milpitas general plan, particularly with policy CD 7-5, which states that new development in the hillside area should be limited to a very low density residential open space and park uses. These findings are further discussed in the staff report and are also addressed in the resolution. The project is also categorically exempt from environmental review. The California Environmental Quality Act, in accordance with the CEQA guidelines, Section 15303, new construction or conversion of small structures. Also, Section 15304, minor alterations to land. Section 15301, existing facilities. And Section 15183, projects consistent with a community plan, general plan, or zoning. Next slide, please. Oh, there you go. As for the public comment, notice was published in the Milpitas Post and at City Hall, also on the website and the online public forum. 22 postcards were sent to property owners within 300 feet. A sign was also posted at the site. We received one comment from a neighbor requesting to postpone, which has been distributed to our planning commission. Next slide, please. Staff recommends that the planning commission open and close the public hearing, or open the public hearing to receive comments, close the public hearing, adopt resolution number 24-005, approving and recommending the city council approve site development permit number SD 21-0002 to allow development of a 1,200 square foot single story pavilion with a 125 square foot standalone bathroom, construct a 76 square foot bathroom addition to the existing guest house and a new in-ground pool at an existing single family residence in the R1-H single family residential hillside zoning district, subject to the findings and the attached conditions of approval. This concludes staff summary of the project. I'm happy to answer any questions. And also the project applicant team is available to answer any questions. Oh, and the property owner. Thank you.
Thank you, Planning Director. Does the applicant have any presentation? Come to the front, to the microphone. Yep.
Perfect. So I'm Raj Navani. Can you go to the next slide, please? I'm Raj Navani, the person on the left. To my left is my daughter, Riya Navani. Next to her is mom, Anu Navani, who's also here. And the right person in the rightmost is my son, Aman Navani.
Yeah.
So it's a family of four. The two kids.
Can I stop you for just a moment, Mr. Navani? So we do have a pretty hard time constraint for one of our commissioners. If we had additional commissioners, I would say that'd be fine, but we only have 4 commissioners here. And we cannot vote if there's only 3 of us. So for the sake of his time, if you can go quickly.
I'll go very fast.
Thank you.
Yeah. We are a small family of 4. We moved from Fremont to Milpitas back in 2019. It's been 4 years and counting since then. We have had excellent stay in City of Milpitas. We're enjoying every day in City of Milpitas. And we are proud to call City of Milpitas as home. Next slide. I think we already went over like what the landscaping project is all about. And I want to thank Lillian and Michael for actually giving us the right direction as we prepared the plan to actually present to the city of Milpitas. Last slide. We have our team, which is landscape design, is Bob Lewis. He is here. And on civil engineering, we have Ekandayo, who's actually on the Zoom call, and architecture engineering drawings is in Newen.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. Do any of the commissioners have any questions for staff or the applicant? Please bear in mind of the time constraint for our commissioner.
I can start with a couple of questions.
Okay.
I'll try to keep them short now.
Yes, please.
Okay, I think one of the questions was maybe already been answered was what is inside the pavilion? I guess I know there's a bathroom. What else is there in the pavilion?
Can you come up to the front, please?
I'm Bob Lewis. I did the initial design. There's a bathroom, a barbecue, and a fireplace in there.
Oh, okay, that's it. And
That's
this
it.
1,200 square
It's
feet.
an
And the
open pavilion.
rest of it is just like a hall kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so there is another question. Your original application was in February 10th, 2021. It has taken about 3 years. So you must have gone back and forth many times. So my question is, what challenges did you face to comply with the code? Maybe there's some issues with the code, and that's the reason maybe it
Yes, we went back and forth with the fire department, trying to make sure that the building was set back where the fire department could reach everything. And then we had reduced the parking space on plannings, the staff's recommendations. And I think that was about it. But we went back and forth for a long time. Yes.
What was the reason for the parking, reducing the parking spots?
Because the driveway is a fire driveway only, and there's no parking on it. And at the top, when you get to the top, there's only like 2 extra parking spaces for the whole 6 acres. So they would need for, like, if they were having guests at Christmas or something, they would need an additional parking area. And
No, that I understand. I was asking was, you said maybe your original application was for more parking spots.
Yes.
And then it was reduced. So what was the reason for reducing the number of parking spots?
The staff, that's what they wanted. They said we had too many parking spots. So
Okay.
we reduced it.
Was that related to the impervious area?
No, because it was a gravel area we're doing in the parking area. So
Okay.
it was impervious.
Because I noticed that you're only using 22,000 square feet of impervious surface, while the allowed area is 30,000. So you're kind of leaving 8,000, almost 8,000 square feet of impervious surface kind of on the table, not using it.
Would you rather we use it? Or?
I mean, you could build a lot more parking spots with that, right?
Yeah, but the staff recommended we didn't. That's why we reduced it.
If I may, I could speak on our behalf. It was mainly to minimize grading.
I'm sorry?
It was mainly to minimize grading.
Minimize?
Grading.
Oh, grading. Okay.
Yes, part of it was a grading limitation.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Okay. No further questions.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Gupta. Any other questions from the commissioners? If there's no other questions from any commissioners, I'd like to open up to the public. Ms. Medina, do we have anyone wishing to make a public comment?
Thank you, Chair. I have not received any public comment on this project this evening.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion. Thank you, Ms. Medina. I'd like to make a motion to close the public hearing. Do I have a second?
I second.
I got a second from Commissioner Gupta. Ms. Medina, would you take the roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Gupta,
Aye.
Commissioner Awasthi,
Aye.
Commissioner Galang,
Aye.
Chair Chuan.
Aye. All right, motion passes. The public portion is closed. Any other questions, deliberations, final comments from any of the commissioners? Commissioner Gupta, you have your light on. Did you make a comment? All right. Okay, if there's no comments, any recommendations? We put the slide up.
to make a motion.
Okay, Commissioner DeLong wishes to make a motion. We just need to put the slide up.
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
like to make a motion to adopt resolution number 24-005, recommending City Council approve site development permit number ST 21-0002, subject to the attached condition of
Oh,
approval.
Commissioner DeLong, could you read the recommendations that's on the screen?
What's that? To allow development of a 1,200 square foot single story pavilion with a 125 square foot standalone bathroom, struck 76 square foot bathroom addition to this existing guest house, and a new in-ground pool at an existing single family residence in the R1-H single family residential hillside zoning district, subject to the findings and attached conditions of approval.
I got a motion from Commissioner Gong. Do I have a second?
Second.
I got a second from Commissioner Wasti. Ms. Medina, would you take the roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Gupta,
Aye.
Commissioner Wasti,
Aye.
Commissioner Galong, Chair Chuan.
Aye, motion passes. Congratulations. It's approved. All right, next item is new business.
Yeah.
Thank you.
भूमि पूजन पे बुलाइए।
Okay, next item is new business, planning director.
The schedule has been distributed. It is the second and fourth Wednesday of each month. So I think you see it before you. We just wanted to get the planning commission to formally approve the commission meeting schedule for 2024.
Okay, any comments from either commissioners? If not, can I get a motion to approve the 2024 Planning Commission meeting schedule?
I move the motion to approve.
Okay, I got a motion from Commissioner Gupta. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Gong. Ms. Medina?
Commissioner Gupta,
Aye.
Commissioner Awasti,
Aye.
Commissioner Galong,
Aye.
Chair Chuan.
Aye. Okay, Planning Commission meeting schedule is approved. Next item, legalese. Any person aggrieved by any final decision of any board, commission, or department head to the city of Milpitas may appeal the decision to the city council by filing written notice of appeal with the city clerk within 12 calendar days of the date of said decision and paying the required fee. This time shall be strictly enforced. Next item, adjournment. I'll make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
I second.
Sorry, can I add a new?
The new business is agendized, so
I cannot add another item to the new business? Or mention?
You can't add an item for this meeting because it's not agendized. You can ask if the commission wants to bring an item back for consideration at another meeting.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm asking for that, yeah.
In which case, then you'd state your proposal and there could be a motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I go ahead with my proposal? Is that what you're saying? Should I go ahead and say what I'm trying to propose?
That's right.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I think I was concerned about, I know the planning department has a good reputation in the market, so I'm not concerned about that. But I think there is always room for improvement in anything, and I believe in performance measures, what we call KPIs in the outside world. And I know they're already doing quarterly performance measures, but I like a report for performance measures to be presented to the Planning Commission maybe every quarter and see how we can improve it over time. I think that will help they'll help have the planning commission look good in front of the residents. So I think it's very important to focus on the performance measures and then try to improve them over time.
City Attorney, you had a comment?
So you can state an item to propose to be put on another calendar. There cannot be discussion on that item tonight. And then we can bring it back as to whether or not the commission wants to vote to approve and discuss that item at a later date. So if there was a motion, it'd be simply whether or not to put an item on a future agenda to discuss whether or not performance measure reports should be brought back to the Planning Commission on a regular basis.
Do I have a motion?
Okay, I make the motion to just do that. Bring this on the next maybe next meeting's agenda.
So we have a motion from Commissioner Gupta. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, got a second from Commissioner Guam. Roll call vote. Ms. Medina.
Commissioner Gupta,
Aye.
Commissioner Wasti,
I would like to, before I say yes, it's a good suggestion, but I still want to get some more details as to what Commissioner Gupta is advocating for and get the staff's input. So I'm not, we could go into a little bit of details. So if we can postpone it and get a detailed
I can explain it further now if you want.
Can I make a suggestion, please? Can we maybe for the next meeting add this, if Commissioner Gupta wishes to make in his announcements, is that something he can do? City Attorney?
He can make any kind of a statement and announcements, but that wouldn't be direction to bring an item back. We are in the middle of a vote. There can be a request for clarification of what is being voted on. Otherwise, the vote needs to carry forward because there's been a motion in a second.
Okay. So we already got one vote from Commissioner Gupta. Commissioner Wasti is the next vote.
he already.
Aye.
But you said,
Yeah.
what was your vote?
Yes. He
Yes.
seconded the motion.
Okay. Sure, I'll make, yes. So motion passes, so it can be brought up to the next agendized in the future. So do I need to read it? I don't need to read the legalese. Next item is, so the motion passes. Next item, adjournment. I make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? Got a second from Commissioner Galong. Roll call vote. Ms. Medina.
Commissioner Gupta,
Aye.
Commissioner Wasti,
Aye.
Commissioner Galang,
Aye.
Chair Chuan.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.